Hello Hooper friends, so welcome back. In this lesson we're going to talk a little bit more about on-body waist hooping and what to do when the hoop starts to fall. So when we get going, sometimes we just get fatigued and sometimes we forget, maybe we're supposed to be pulsing into the belly and we get a little wild, the hoop starts to fall down, we're trying to save it, but eventually it falls to the floor. Sometimes the hoop dropping to the floor is completely inevitable, but there's a way we can continue to flow with the movement of the descent of the hoop and still make it look really nice rather than just clang down to the earth. So let's start with the hoop around the waist. And remember our subtle movements here. A gentle left to right of the hips and a gentle pulse from the solar plexus. Now I'm going to let the hoop start to fall down to my waist, around my hip flexors and around my tailbone. So normally the hoop is here around the midriff. Now I'm going to send the hoop down here to my waist. And for a lot of times when the hoop starts to fall, that's the next place it naturally lands, and there's a way to catch it here. So I'm going to quiet my body and notice what my hips are doing. It's a gentle hip thrust. So instead of going left to right, I'm moving my hips forward and back. My knees are soft but not bent. My upper body stays still and my spine is tall. So if the hoop starts to fall, try to catch it and rock on the waist. And there's actually a lot more room for your arms to move when you're rocking out hip hooping. I think I just said waist. So try to rock it out with the hip on the hoops. If you have some good control here, you can work on bringing it back up. So what we do here, you're going to ground into your dominant foot. Stomp through your other side. And this can be more subtle as you practice it. It doesn't have to be a big stomp, but there's a little bit of a push down through the feet so that we can pull the energy up the body. The chest will lift and it will help to guide the hoop back to the waist. Let me demo that again. Bringing it down to my hips. All right, now up to my waist. So I did a little stomp, lift, and then brought it back up here to my waist. I am dramatizing this movement a little bit. Sometimes we need a little bit of drama in the beginning, but as you practice this, as it becomes more of your flow, you'll find much more subtle ways to do it. Either way, there's a certain amount of rooting down and lift. All right, so let's bring the hoop down to the knees. Now, I'm not wearing the best pants to demonstrate this. The hoop loves bare skin or like stickier fabric. These pants are a little bit slippery, so we'll see how well I do. I'm starting with the hoop on my waist. I'm going to let it come down to my hips. Now remember, like I've said in previous lessons, where the body moves, the hoop will move. So I'm going to start to quiet the body so the hoop starts to come down to my thighs, and I am going to bring my feet together and pump my knees. So let's try that again. Waist, hips, quiet, and pumping the knees. And again, turning, I have to use a lot of energy right now because, like I said, these pants are not great for knee hooping. But when the hoop gets down, there is a pulsing of the legs. And our first inclination is to want to do this. But when we fold at the waist, the hoop will start to fall. So it is here, pulsing. Even a little bit of a press forward, like you're balancing on the balls of your feet, that also helps. You'll find that your dominant leg will start to take over most of the action. And that's okay. Practice with that because that'll come in handy later. So thanks for tuning in. Those were just a little bit more of on-body skills that we are developing. And we will continue to build on this in other classes. So see you next time.